So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to do today the interview technique in helping to translate word problems into mathematical equations. So, we have spared no expense to bring in the actual real-life talent here, which we brought in an actual cab driver here to help us solve this problem. Because this problem says a cab charges a flat fee of $2 per ride plus 64 cents a mile. You've got 10 bucks in your wallet. How many miles can you ride in the cab and stay below $10? So we've brought in our cab driver. Hi, I'm MC.
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
How
I'm
you
doing?
doing?
Well. What's your name?
My name's Bud.
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 So Bud the cab driver.
That's right, that's Bud.
So how long have you been driving a cab, Bud?
Oh, about 10, 15 years.
Okay. So
I can't count that far.
10 to 15 years. Okay.
When you start driving around in circles around New York City, what do you expect?
I don't know.
So.
I don't know. So appreciate you being with us here today. You're going to help us solve this problem.
I'd be happy to.
Okay, so let me understand this. So in order to get into your cab, what's it cost?
$2.
$2. That's
$2.
That's just.
That's you getting your sit in the seat.
Okay, that's
Yep.
just me
$2.
sitting in the seats.
That's it.
Cost me $2 to see your
$2.
face. Okay, and then if I want to go anywhere,
64 cents a mile.
64 cents a mile.
64 cents.
Wow. Okay. So what I want to do to start off on this problem is the thing that I don't know, I'm going to set up a variable for. So we're going to say the thing I don't know is miles. I don't know how far I can go. Do you know how far I can go?
You ain't gonna get very far. How much money you got?
I got 10 bucks.
10 bucks? Okay. 10 bucks ain't gonna cut it for you.
Okay, well 10 bucks will only give
Couple
me
blocks.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Okay, so the thing I don't know is miles. I don't know how far I can get. Bud's probably his meter's going to tell me. But
That's right. As soon as you get going, once I start driving, I click that meter and buddy, it start counting up.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try to write a mathematical expression here, an equation to help us solve this problem. So you said as soon as I get in the cab, it costs me how much?
$2.
$2. So I'm just going to go ahead and write the number 2. Cost me $2 to get in. And then also there's an additional fee.
Yep.
Which is what again?
64 cents a mile.
So I'm going to put here a plus sign, plus 64. I'm going to do that as a point 64. And I don't know how many miles I'm going. So I'm just going to put in the M. Plus 64M. And I've got 10 bucks is the max I can spend. So I'm going to need an inequality sign here. And I imagine you probably want a tip, don't you?
I love a tip.
You love a tip. Okay. So,
you want to figure that in?
Well, if I have to give you a tip, I can't go to that last dime. I'm going to have to give you a little bit extra. So I can't use an equal sign. I can't use a less than or equal sign. I'm probably going to have to use just a less than sign because I want to keep a little behind because I got to give you a tip. You have a family?
I've got 4 kids.
4 kids?
4 kids.
Wow. So
yeah.
I want to give Bud, right?
That's better.
I want to give Bud a tip, so I don't want to spend all that money, so I'm going to say that we've got a less than situation here. Okay, so I think I've got it solved or set up correctly. I don't have it solved yet, but so you're saying $2 to get in the cab.
That's right.
64 cents a mile.
Yep.
And I have to add those together, and I've got to make it so it's less than $10.
You gotta give me my tip.
Because you need your tip. Because
That's
you
right.
have 4 kids.
4 kids.
But I'm not going to put the 4 here in the
No,
problem. Okay.
no, yeah.
That doesn't make a difference. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and solve this. So my goal always is to get my variable by itself. And I'm going to do that by doing the opposite. So what I'm going to do is get rid of anything on the same side of the equation here. So I've got this positive 2 because that's 2 positive dollars that I'd be handing you. I don't hand you any negative stuff.
Nope.
But to do the opposite,
no funny money.
No funny money. I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. And so let's see, I'm going to end up then with 0.64 per mile is less than or equal to $8 because I got to pay you $2 up front.
Yep.
Or that's the meter before the meter even starts running.
That's it.
$2.
That's it.
Okay.
Carrying charge.
That's a carrying charge,
Yep.
okay? Because that helps
Yep.
to pay for like
Yeah,
gas.
get my gas and everything else before I even get going. That just got me to there.
Okay.
To you.
Because you probably have to pay a licensing fee
Yep,
too.
I have to pay all of that.
Gas, oil,
Insurance,
Man.
kids insurance,
Oh,
dental work.
Oh,
We can go on.
we could go on. Okay. Well, we could be here all day.
That could be.
Okay, so I've got to figure now how many miles I can get for $8. So probably the best way I'm going to be able to do that because I want to get my variable completely alone and by itself. So I'm going to divide these 2 things right next to each other, say multiply. I'm going to do the opposite and divide. Divide each side by 0.64. Divide each side by 0.64. Now, Bud probably could do this in his head. I might use an electronic device here. but with the magic here of video film, we have already previously done the heavy lifting. I came up with 12.5, and M stood for miles. So I could go a pretty good long ways, but of course you want a tip, so I'm gonna have
That's
to keep
right.
that.
You're gonna have to kind of keep that
in
mind.
Keep that down here. So just want to make sure we did everything correct, because we always, when we solve, we want to look back to make sure. $2 to get in the cab, 64 cents a mile.
Yep.
I've got $10 in my wallet. I want to stay less than that because I want to give Bud a tip, because he's touched me with his story about his family.
Aw,
So
thank you.
I want to give him a generous tip. So we'll probably go less than 12 and a half miles. Probably New York, we'd only be going a couple of blocks anyway.
A couple of blocks. May take us 2 or 3 hours to get a couple of blocks. But I'll get you there.
Yeah.
We'll have more conversation then too.
Sounds good. Sounds
that.
good. Well, Bud, I can't thank you enough for being here today.
Thank you, sir.
You helped us to understand the problem using the interview technique. We had you get one of your students in the classroom to play these various roles, and it helps to make these abstract word problems more realistic, more real life, and makes them a whole lot easier to solve. So, from the streets of New York City, with Bud the cab driver, we are signing out for today.